Alright guys, you're going to hear some noise in the background. We're getting new doors, new doorknobs, so we'll just have to deal with it. But I'm sure you'll focus on this lovely, lovely PowerPoint. So today we're going to talk about U.S. customary measurements, and we're going to be able to approximate measurement using your knowledge of customary units and convert between U.S. and U.S. customary measurements. So I wanted to do this little slide as a visual for you guys because I think that some of you were struggling based on the fact that you didn't really know what the smaller unit was or the larger unit. So hopefully this will clear it up. So customary system is a system of measurement used in the U.S. The system includes units for measuring length and distance, capacity and volume, and weight. And we've kind of gone through some of this stuff already. A little refresher. Here we have length and distance. So here's a nice little conversion chart. 1 foot to 12 inches. 1 yard is 36 inches. 1 yard is 3 feet, 1 mile is 5,280 feet, and 1 mile is 1,780 yards. Let's take a look at some real life things here. What do you see on the screen? You see a Subway sandwich, delicious. We know from the commercials that a Subway sandwich is 1 foot long. That's why it's called a foot long. Take a look at this cute little kitty cat. How long do you think this cute little kitty cat is? Well, it's approximately 1 yard long. That blew my mind. And then if you think about when teachers go out to lunch and we have to drive from Pershing School over to the Subway, it's approximately 1 mile long. Okay, so there's some real life instances of length. Let's take a look at some of these problems. Which is a better estimate for length of a killer whale? Well, here's a killer whale. Do you think you would use 17 inches or 17 feet? Inches would be really hard to measure a whale with. Which is a better estimate for the height of a semi-truck? So the height is going from the ground up to the top. So I know right away you're going to think, oh my gosh, that's a really long truck. I don't care about the length, it's asking for the height. So the height of a semi would be used with 12 feet because 12 yards would be way too long. Which is a better estimate for the height of the ping pong net? So here's the table. And right here is the net. So the height of the net. You have to answer what the question is asking. Is it 6 inches or is it 6 yards? It's definitely 6 inches. All right, let's talk about capacity and volume. You've seen this guy. He is the gallon man. That's a gallon. What do you get in a gallon? You get milk in a gallon. This is 1 quart. Not sure if you're familiar with this, but every vehicle needs to get something called an oil change, and the oil that you buy for your car for an oil change comes in quarts. So that is 1 quart of motor oil. Here's a pint. You guys know that as your handy dandy Chinese food containers. Chinese food containers are measured in pints. And then a regular sized teacup, not those giant ones we all like drinking out of, but a regular teacup is 1 cup. If you take a look at this gallon man here, you have a gallon in the center. How many quarts are attached to the gallon? Well, there's 4 quarts. How many pints are attached to the quart? 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 pints in a gallon. How many cups are in a gallon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 cups in a gallon. Let's talk about capacity and volume. You guys have seen these. If you ever bake or you cook, you have measuring spoons. The spoons are like a teaspoon, a tablespoon, etc. So let's take a look at some questions. Which is better to estimate the volume of a water pitcher? That's a water pitcher right there. Do you think that would be 7 cups or do you think that would be 7 teaspoons? Teaspoons are what you eat your cereal with. The answer is 7 cups. How do you feel about this one? Which is a better estimate for the volume of a bucket? A standard bucket, like that guy right there. 48 tablespoons or 48 cups? Tablespoons would take a long time to fill that bucket. Which is a better estimate for the volume of a ketchup bottle? 15 fluid ounces or 15 gallons? This is a little picture of a serving size of 1 ounce. So 15 fluid ounces would probably be better. Here we have weight. We talked about pounds already. 1 pound, and you have your little label for pound is LB, and you have ounces, and it's OZ. So 1 pound is 16 ounces. 1 ounce is 1/16 of a pound. 1 ton is 2,000 pounds, and 1 pound is 1/200th of a ton. Good to know. Ton, we think of ton. Take a look at that photo. An elephant on average is 1 ton. Take a look at this hefty little steak here. Steaks are measured in pounds. And then that's the same picture from the last slide. If you put sugar or salt or anything in the palm of your hand, that is approximately 1 ounce. Let's take a look. Which is better at a better estimate for the weight of an onion? Is it 5 pounds or 5 ounces? Well, some babies are born more than 5 pounds. I know an onion doesn't weigh as much as a baby, so I'm going to go with 5 ounces. Which is a better estimate for the weight of a frog? 4 ounces or 4 pounds? I'm going to go with that same reasoning. I know babies are born at about 7 pounds, give or take. So is this a 4-pound frog? That would be a hefty frog. Or is it a 4-ounce frog? Which is a better estimate for the weight of a fire truck? Woo! Look at that fire truck. Pretty long, pretty heavy. Do you think 14 ounces, so 14 palms of your hand? Or do you think 14 tons? 14 elephants. We're going to go with 14 tons. What I want you guys to do is I want you guys to go on and I want you to finish working on your worksheets, or if you're finished with all your worksheets, you can continue on with a measurement of IXL. A lot of us already did W1, but you can go on to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right? I hope this helped you, give you some visuals for what those measurements actually are.